I'm gonna do what my Lord said. We gon' put in work for the 12, say yeah, yeah. Hit the block where my God stood. Yeah. We gon' preach the word until we all say yeah, yeah. It's that time to reprove. We got so much to do.
Give me verse, let's see. Give me verse, matter of fact, keep reading. Actually, 66.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 66. And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life.
So now, I want to make sure you still with me now. Who is Moses speaking to at this time? What race of people? You say he's speaking, but what's the name they're calling you reading in the Bible that he's calling them?
You know?
Yes, sir. So, what the people I want you to stay with me now. The people he's talking to are these tribes here, your ancestors, right? Now he said all these things will happen for doing what? Breaking the commandments.
That's right.
Matter of fact, let me ask you this. What's the fourth commandment? Do you know? Out of the 10. Nah, that ain't it. That ain't it. It's crazy. Majority of us know thou shalt not steal, kill, commit adultery. You know what I'm saying? We know those three, but everything else, the church, our religious leaders have failed us at teaching us these things. Because how old are you? 24. Majority of us, you at the stage, but you a man now. You're supposed to know these things like the back of your hand, because you're supposed to be living by these things, right? We're gonna read what the fourth commandment is. Watch this. Let's see what it is. Let's see if you was getting ready to break that today. Watch this. Read that.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
So the fourth commandment that we're reading about is God says to remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, right? It says, now, matter of fact, let me ask you, do you know when is the Sabbath day? No. We're going to help you out, though, bro. We're going to help you out. Read it again for us.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day,
when?
The 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So it says the 7th day of what? The week. It said the 7th day of the week is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. We're not supposed to work in it. We're supposed to rest. What's the 7th day of the week? If you look on your phone, what's the 7th day of the week? On the calendar. You can check that thing out. You say what? No, check on your phone. Let's see. That farthest right day you're going to see in your calendar is going to be the last day of the week, or the 7th day. Tell me what it says. You say what? You see. It is up top. You see them letters up there? You got the SMT. So what's that last S right there on the end? It's Sunday? Okay. If that's Sunday, then what's that first S right there? So Saturday comes before Monday? Say yes? Right. And then what? So the 7th day is what? Right. Saturday today is the Lord's Sabbath day.
Right.
Now if he's telling us, remember to keep it holy, what does it mean to keep it holy? Now one of those things he just explained, he said he don't want us to work, he wants us to rest, right? But I'm going to show you what's another way we're supposed to keep today holy. You already got that? Let's read that for the brother.
Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals to sell on the Sabbath day.
How you doing, my brother? How you doing? What's your name, bro? What you said?
My name is Carl.
Carl, right?
Yeah.
Brother Carl, Brother Robert. What we going over today, I explained to Brother Robert earlier, is our nationality in the Bible.
Right.
Because, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you, sir? 54? Because majority of us, we've grown up in different denominations of Christianity and different religions, different religious backgrounds.
That's right.
But a lot of us don't have no connection to who we are before we got off on those slave ships here. So we try to bridge the connection or make the connection with the Bible, with our people, and show us that we actually descend from that lineage of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that you read about in the scriptures. Those 12 tribes that descended from out of his loins, we descend from those people. But we're here today in the major slums and ghettos of the communities and the cities of America because we broke God's commandments. And one of those commandments that we broke is what I'm explaining to Brother Robert right here, the Sabbath day. So let's read it again for Brother Carl. Read that, 20 and 8, right quick. Yes, sir.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work.
So what we was explaining to the brother earlier is that today, when you look on your calendar today, the Bible says that the 7th day of the week is the Sabbath. You look on your calendar today, the 7th day of the week is Saturday, will be today.
That's right.
So he says, remember it to keep it holy, right? Now, one of those ways to keep it holy is what it just said is to work, not to work, but to rest, right? We're going to read another way we're supposed to keep it holy. Watch this. Read that.
Nehemiah chapter 10, verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals on the Sabbath day to sell.
It says ware or victuals, meaning merchandise or food. If you have people come, because we, believe it or not, we lived in Jerusalem. Jerusalem was our homeland when you read the Bible. That's where our ancestors lived. That's where we're from. That's our motherland. Now the Bible is saying if anybody during the 7th day, that Sabbath day, came to our land to sell us anything, right? What would we do? Read.
That we would not buy it of them on the Sabbath or on the holy day.
So on majority of all our holy days are what would be considered Sabbath days, including today, the 7th day Sabbath. We didn't buy or sell anything on those days. That's why I was instructing my brother earlier. I was like, he's coming on his way to the gas station. Didn't even know he was getting ready to break the 4th commandment. That's right. That's the 4th commandment out of the 10. Now, have you heard this before? In your churches, your 54 years of living, have you heard this before? This goes to show you the failure of the Christian church. The failure of our religious leaders. Because here you're twice my age, sir. You're twice my age. And you have not heard of how to keep the Sabbath day. And that's in the 10 Commandments. Majority, even if the church today, they teach that we don't necessarily have to keep the law because of Christ, they usually still say in a roundabout way, you got to keep the 10. But they're not even teaching the 10. They're not even teaching that. Because I'm pretty certain my brother coming up with the orange shirt. What's your name? Is that Demetrius? Watch it. What is your nationality in the Bible, brother Demetrius? Your nationality, your race in the Bible, do you know? No. How old are you, sir? 29. And it makes my point. And it's not to your fault at all. What we're going over is we're trying to show our people who we are in the Bible and why we living in these worst conditions and how we get out. Because the Bible documents all the atrocities we see in our neighborhoods, all the oppression. The Bible goes over and gives us an answer why it's going on. It ain't just the Lord sends you out here and let you fend for yourself. He didn't leave you out here to fend for yourself, bro. Matter of fact, give me, I think it's 2 Chronicles, no. What is it? Jeremiah 44:4. That's what I want. Jeremiah 44:4. The Lord is not merciless where he's not going to send you out messengers to show you where we going wrong and how to fix it. Right. He's never been that way. When you read in history, he's always sent to somebody to warn us, to show us, hey, you're going off. Right. To remind us. Read that.
Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 4. Howbeit, I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early.
That's what we're doing now. Believe it or not, these brothers you're seeing right here, we are the prophets again on this earth. Right. Those ancient prophets, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, all those ancient men, we're doing the same exact works as those men. Right. Read it again.
Jeremiah chapter 44, verse 4. Howbeit, I sent unto you all my servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate.
Let me ask you, how many years, because did you grow up in some Christian denomination, Christianity, right? Majority of all of us have. How often have you seen their leaders, their pastors come out to the projects, to Gate City, to Collegeville, all these projects, and all the worst communities of our people coming out and teaching them, hey, keep the commandments of God, stop killing one another, stop stealing from one another, stop sleeping with each other's spouses. How often do you see that? It's about never. It's about never. But what do? They encourage you to come on a Sunday, which is not the Lord's Sabbath. And what they keep encouraging you to do, make sure you do what? You pay in that tithe, put some money in that plate. But what that money doing? Is it going back in your communities? Because the best looking thing in the black community is the church.
That's right.
Look behind you right now, boarded up houses. We got houses that need roof replacement. Look at this. We got houses that need roof replacements when they cave in. Why is the money not going to help these communities that's help supporting the church?
Right.
Because these men are not these prophets of old.
Right.
These prophets of old are going to tell you, do not the things that God hates.
That's right.
And what does God hate? The breaking of his commandments. Go back to Exodus 20. You got a flyer, bro? I want you to check out this flyer. Our contact information on the back of it. We got a website and we on all social media. So check that thing out. We got school here as well. How you doing, sis? My brother and my sister. How y'all doing? Good. You said what? You said the only person that can fix it is the government? So you're saying we need to rely on the government to fix Pookie and Ray Ray killing each other? No. Who can fix that? Leviticus 19:17. Who can fix that? Who can fix? You got brothers only right. Oh, exactly. So why would we wait on the government to come in and fix it? Only thing the government gonna do is throw you in jail, bro. That's it. That's the only thing the government will do and they're going to do. Because why? They make bucks off of it, bro. They make money off of it. This is what you gotta do to fix that. Read this.
Leviticus chapter 19 verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
This is one of the things that the Lord hates. For our black brothers hate one another. Now we gotta go to each other's hoods. We talking about sliding on the ops. You know what I'm saying? We on demon time. The Lord hates these things. God says, do what?
Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
You know what that word rebukes means? Rebuke means, it means to correct one another.
Right.
So when people tell you that you're not supposed to judge one another, or you can't judge me, guess what? That's not biblical.
Right.
God says you're supposed to judge or correct one another.
Right.
We got a moral obligation to correct one another. If you see your brother, let's say one of his partners done died, he getting ready to retaliate, you got to correct that. Like, bro, no, you can't move in that spirit. God said the 6 commandments tell you thou shalt not kill.
Right.
You got to correct your brother. But everybody, what we do in our community? We turn a blind eye. Turn our head, what is it? See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. That's what we do. But that's why you see the sin infesting our communities. That's why you see the crime rate rising. You see substance abuse rising. You got brothers and sisters that's homeless, living on the street. And God is controlling all these things. He's allowing these things to happen.
Right.
Because we break the commandments. Keep reading on that. Leviticus 19.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Do we have that in our communities? Absolutely. You see how simple it is to fix the issues that we have? And God.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.